Good afternoon. It is January the 31st. The first trading month of the year is gone. It's history. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, we came in this morning wanting to sell 39s to 41s. There's your high, positive trade. We did have a long trade right here that may have kept you out of this trade right there. That was a small winner. This trade was positive. Then we kind of just chop. Lots of scratches in through here. Not much going one way or the other. Then the FOMC hits. First move is up. Then we've sold, and so 39 to 19 is 20 points. To 14 is 25 points, and that might be the low of the day, the 14, 25 point day. So it looks like we're going to have our third event of 3 days of selling if we close down in this area, which is unusual. This market has been characterized by 1 day of selling, so I'm hopeful that things have changed right here, that the market can actually sell. And you can see just looking at this screen what selling does to the volatility compared to what buying does to the volatility. Bang, bang, as opposed to big difference. So if we can get the Emini where it starts to sell, then it'll warrant us spending more time with the Emini than we do. The Fed's FOMC report, pretty much as expected. Inflation there. Good solid economic business recovery, labor market tightening. We'll try to anticipate and try to hold inflation by their measurements to 2%. So there weren't any surprises, and we knew that going in because the Fed governors weren't out there touting or floating trial balloons on changes in the Fed outlook. Powell takes over now. That was Yellen's last FOMC meeting, and we'll see what changes down the road. F1, lower high, lower low, find a place to sell it. F2. This is the news right there. Before the news hit, the distribution was leaning to the sell side. You can just see volume-wise it was a B. And then the market does initially rally off the FOMC, but then it sells. So if the market were to close right now, your first sell would be 19 to 21. Second sell would be 24 to 26. A structural sell, limit sell up here would be at 27. We do have news tomorrow. Motor vehicle sales last month was 17.5. This month they're saying 17.3. Jobless claims 235. That one can certainly come in lower than forecast. It did last month. Productivity plus 1.1. No one trades that. Unit labor cost plus 0.9. No one trades that. That is a part of the economists will take all that in. ISM manufacturing 58.6. Probably as forecast, maybe a little higher. And construction spending plus 0.5%. That one could actually come in. So the news focus really will be ISM manufacturing right there. And then back to motor vehicle sales, and then Friday's non-farm payroll. I think they were looking for plus 175. the ADP came in at 235. Last month, the non-farm payroll was well beneath the ADP number. On the buy side, we're there. So 13s to 11, buy 1. 5 to 7, buy 2. And of course, the best support is going to be at the buck at 2,800. Treasury sold. No surprise there. Fed's raising interest rates. I know. Well, duh. Nothing in the Trump speech last night pointed to anything but accelerating economic growth. So lower high, lower low on F1. Sell it. Definitely a B off of the F2 screen. So we're to close it here at 21.20. We're trying to sell. And we'll make it 19s to 23s, sell 1, pick that up. 27 to 31, sell 2. And on the buy side, 9 to 13, that is support, buy 1. 1 to 5, buy 2. Okay, the when issued market starts trading tomorrow, maybe even today, I forget. I think as soon as the Fed makes the announcement, it starts trading. So it started trading today. So primary dealers are feeling out right now where the real bid and offer is for 3, 10, and 30-year paper. Get ready for next week's auction. We usually sell on Fridays, sometimes starting Thursday afternoons, and can sell through Monday morning as they set the auction up. Again, if you don't know how to play the auctions and treasuries, that's 6 days a month, and you probably don't want to be sidelined that much. And because we know how they manipulate the market, we read it very, very well. There's good money to be made during auctions. Okay, 28 to the buck will be number 1. 3 to 7 where we were this morning. Sell 1, 11 to 15, sell 2. On the buy side, 16 to 20, number 1. 9 to 13, buy 1. Had a great buy and a great sell in the bond today. We caught both ends of the market really, really well. And I mean, you really, no one's got a better feel for support and resistance really are. Or I'm not aware of it. I've been told that by too many people. Trading's a tough business, though. I mean, you can know exactly where support and resistance are and still lose your rear end. A lot of different reasons for that. Biggest one is those you don't take the trade you're supposed to take. For whatever the reason. Just didn't feel right. Okay, here we are on gold. Hanging in there pretty good at 35, 37. Stops above 50, then stops above 75 is the play. So this is an outside day. That says trading range. Notice how our brethren, the exchange members, got stops below Globex, got stops below the last 2 days lows. They were there. I mean, why not? And we did have a 35, 37 buy. That was our number 2 buy. Caught that pretty well this morning. We had 49.51s. Took till M period here to get that. So we've got resistance, what, at 53, 53, 49. So we'll make 50, 52, sell 1. Assuming a close right here, we'll just pick up 54, 56, sell 2. Obviously 54, 56 gives us an advantage. 44, 46 by 1. And then 40, 42 by 2. Well, that's what happens every time you put on a long, Scott. The market's going to zero, right? You've probably had those thoughts. I've got a good story on grains that I'll share with you last week. Part of the learning process for Charles when I first started out. Opened my own brokerage shop in Kansas. Crude oil. Lower high, lower low on F1. Find a place to sell it. Got a buyer below 64. Got a seller above 66.50. So crude normally trades $2 to $3 ranges, and that's what we're looking at. So maybe stops above 65, 65, 65 and a quarter, sell 1. 50 to 75, sell 2. On the buy side, quarter to 50, and it might take a 75 to get in. See, Ergodon is challenging the United States, telling them that the United States soldiers are afraid to take on the Turkish soldiers. No backbone, no spine. You know, it's interesting right now, if you go take a look at other people's militaries, we're battle tested and battle hardened, and so much of what goes on in war is logistics. How do you get the fuel? How do you that run up to Baghdad was the most it was the most exceptional thing about that whole Iraqi war, is how they kept those tanks filled with Jet A1. And the coordination between artillery, squad level, company level, battalion level, how you bring in air support, how do you drop and not drop on your own men. Now, some countries that's not, dropping on their own men is not that big a deal, but it is in ours. And so, yes, China has a formidable army on paper. Have they ever used it? Yes, North Korea has a formidable army on paper. Have they ever used it? And if you're going to tangle with us, we know what to do immediately, right from the get-go. There's no burn-in period time. There's no learn from experience. We're there. We're ready to go. And Russia can't even get much past company level units into the battle place. They have to send tugs with their ships to tow them when they break down. So it's a lot different game when you go up against us. And the other countries understand that, but they don't. You get to believe in your own stuff. Read too many good presses. 75, sell 1. 125 even, sell 2. On the buy side, 23.75 by 2. And 124 even by 1. It's on the F1, so we'll see if that holds up on the F2. And you'll see immediately why we go to our F2 screen to refine those. It's just we don't have the rounding errors, etc. So we had a 75 sell. Last rotate up in K period was close enough. So we can make 75 sell 1. We had a 125 even. Looks like maybe it ought to be 125, 125.10. On the buy side, looks like a quarter's probably pretty good. Just a hell of a lot easier to read on this screen than 124 even for buy 2. That does it for the last day in January. Y'all have a great evening. I look forward to getting after it again tomorrow. We'll see if we can shake that money tree one more time again. I'm out of here.